First and 10 for the Maryland Terrapins. Their first time with the ball in the second half, down 7-3. Sam Hollenbach. Handoff goes to Merrills. And he gets up over the 25-yard line. And Doc, in the first half, the first two series, out with the ball, Merrills had those drives. They moved the ball on offense.
He certainly did, and they came up short. He had that 4th and inches and decided to punt. This is just great offensive line movement. Good push. Something that the Mountaineers had negated later on in the first half.
Maryland, of course, missing Stephon Heyer, but more importantly, missing Josh Allen, the leading ground gainer. Both will come back next year after sitting out with medical red shirt. Merrills this time not going far. And one of the reasons was the big nose guard, Ernest Hunter, 300 pounds, 6'9", out of Burke, Virginia. Lake Braddock High School on Aaron scoreboard. Louisville gets their feet underneath them, and they're up 25 at the half. Michigan, Hastings, Eastern Michigan, after that loss to Notre Dame. Virginia by a touchdown at the Carrier Dome. Georgia over Louisiana Monroe, 14-0. And Duke leading VMI, 20-0 at Wallace Way. Maryland 1 out of 7 on third down. They are 27% on the season coming in. Hollenbach with play action. Blitz is on, and he's down. That's Jay Henry. Flattens him at the 18-yard line. Doc, he never had a chance.
No, he didn't. And that's the second time in this ball game that, West Virginia has done a heck of a lot of blitzing, but when they blitz, they get results. And that's all that matters. And that's just destroying the back. I mean, that's one of those you never want to have replayed back in the team meeting. That's total domination over a running back.
And if they do, make sure you're out of the room.
Yeah, you want to be ill on that day.
Hartless with a difficult snap gets it away. This is Rivers. Rivers into Maryland territory. Upended by Wimbush at the 45-yard line, brought down to the 43. And excellent field position for West Virginia for this second possession. They're in Maryland territory at the 43-yard line. A 42-yard punt, a 17-yard return. West Virginia by 4 over the Terrapins. Today's game is brought to you by the Nissan Bottom Line Model Year-End Clearance, now at your local Nissan dealer through September 30th. First and 10, West Virginia at the Maryland 43-yard line. One of their best field positions to start a drive all afternoon. They already lead the Terps here by a 7-3 count. Adam Bednarik, who's been under center for all but 2 series today, hands off for Nell Williams. Good initial burst to the 41 and then driven back. Kershaw hit there. And for an injury update, let's head to the sidelines and Mike Hogwood.
Well, you saw Jeremy Bruce go out of the game for West Virginia on that last series. He's been taped up. He's been given clearance to play. Pretty hard to keep guys out of this game. And by the way, guys, the head knocking has really picked up here in the second half. It is intense down here.
What's that welt on the front of your forehead, Mike? I guess you're getting into it too.
Yeah, he did. It's a lunch buffet. I think Hogg slipped.
The end of the bench. Williams down to the 39-yard line. Hey, who said sideline wasn't hazardous business?
Tough down there. We got to give Hogg a bad time.
Yeah, I know.
He's doing hazardous. You should get hazardous pay money today, man.
That shirt isn't even wet.
Not even wet.
He's not working.
He's a well-conditioned athlete.
I'm telling you. And he's only 7/8 of what he used to be. Dropped some weight. Looks great.
Yeah, he really does.
All right, West Virginia. 6 of 13 on third down. They're facing third down and 7 right now at the Maryland 40-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Bednarik. Has some pressure, goes down. Josh Wilson flattens him for a loss on the play back to the 42-yard line. It brings up 4th down.
And a lot of that credit's got to go to guys like Lemon's coverage, because the secondary took away where he wanted to go. And Brandon Miles got to be in his picture. You want to go to his go-to guy. The secondary of Maryland did a great job. He had some pretty decent pressure. And then at the end, Josh Wilson. Ooh, that's blocked.
Oh, there's the Pooch punt, and this one's blocked, and it rolls Maryland's way to boot. DeQuell Jackson, did he get in on it?
Holloway was the guy.
Yeah, Holloway. David Holloway with a punt block. It's an 11, or is it a 4-yard punt or an 11-yard punt? An 11-yard punt, and then it rolls Maryland's way to the 37-yard line. So a break for the Maryland Terrapins.
Well, the defense has really, you know, you can have a statistical game where you really look good on paper, but overall, Maryland should be proud of the defensive effort.
Really net yardage on that punt, 5 yards. Got the 37. Little problem in the middle there. Hollenbach covers up on the loose exchange.
My question would be, did West Virginia do something to take Vernon Davis out of the ball game? Or has Maryland just not called his number?
We haven't heard from Vernon except for once. Edwin Williams was the center on that play, the redshirt freshman from Washington. Second down now and 11. Let's find Vernon. Vernon is lined up as the wing to the left side. Hollenbach to throw. Pressure on. Pass. Vernon Davis complete. Vernon says, Doc wants me to have the ball. Down to the 39-yard line of West Virginia.
You have a playmaker, let him play. It's always been my theory. You can't match up with him. Now, West Virginia's done a great job because they're physical at it. So you get a good pop there. That was great. Now you're running when you can't beat him in a foot race. And if the safety doesn't get over, then you're in trouble.
And Vernon Davis proving what he does after contact. It takes a lot.
No, he's a beast. You can set your TiVo to Mr. Davis for next year on Sunday because he'll be there.
First and 10 at the West Virginia 39-yard line after the 24-yard hookup from Sam Hollenbach to Vernon Davis. They take the ball. It throws a good block downfield and a high pass for JoJo Walker. And he had his bell rung by Jamal Adai, a fifth-year senior out of Valrico, Florida, delivered a message.
Yeah, see, that's called a red shirt pass. That pass will force you to use a red shirt year. If you have to go over the middle, buddy, you out of here.
Oh, look at that. JoJo with some fall.
JoJo better start buying lunch. For Sam Hollenbach, you better start doing something.
Jamal Adai coming off a shoulder injury a year ago. Had a great sophomore year where he intercepted 4 passes. Play action. This is Lance Ball straight ahead. And again, a good surge by West Virginia. He fought off 2 Maryland blocks in the middle of that line. He came up and made the play. And that is going to be Jay Henry.
You know, Lance ran up in there, but Lance got to keep his eyes open because there was a break to his left. You know, you got to run with toughness but also some vision because he might have been able to find a crease. I thought there was a crease on the left side of that play.
Well, that leaves 3rd and 6 now for his quarterback.
And a lot of those.
Way too many for Charlie Taft to call this afternoon, offensive coordinator for the Maryland Terrapins.
Oh, I'd be going with that 3rd and 6.
There's the pass to the flats. It is incomplete, intended for the back, Lance Ball. And he had the yardage because he had McLeod over there in coverage.
Yeah, he had the yardage, but West Virginia had the pressure. And once again, they're going to send a guy off the edge. So they've got pressure. They had pressure from the inside and out. And I was isolating on 18 that time. Vernon Davis ran a little, you know, pick right in the middle. And he's there. I just think you got to get a guy hot. And if he gets hot, you got to feed him.
There's Eric Wicks putting the pressure on Maryland, going for it on 4th down.
Yeah.
They're in no man's land out about the 35. It's too deep. It's too deep to field goal. It's too close to punt. Hollenbach throw into the flats. It is complete to Walker for the first down of the West Virginia 25. 10-yard gain, and it moves the chains for the Terps.
But you had 2 guys on Maryland's offense that have shown playmaker ability. Walker's one, Davis is the other. So to me, I turn this into a 2-man game. I'm going to go to the guys who have shown me they can make plays. Not the best throw, but it was safe, but he went down and got it. You know, sometimes you just have to go and make a play. And that's JoJo Walker for the Terps.
Davis, the tight end on the right side. Center split wide to the top on 1st and 10 at the 25 of West Virginia. Hollenbach, short drop, pass complete. Melendez gets it to the 20. Gain of about 4 on the play. Anthony Mims, a senior from Los Angeles, coming up to make the stop.
Rhythm. You need to develop a rhythm. Get into an offensive flow so that you can feel good about yourself. Then good things happen. Right now, Maryland's been tentative. You know, like, can we do it? Maybe we can, maybe we can't. And then that's why you need special guys like Davis and Walker. Take the game over.
They've stayed away from offensive penalties today. Handoff, Wall turns the corner, but nothing there. Wicks led the charge, and Henry completed it.
That's West Virginia's message for we'll take the game over.
Yeah.
See, their defense has been able to take Maryland's best shot and not flinch.
Let's talk about the 3-3-5 stack. We saw Wake Forest play it 2 years ago. The 5 were true 5 DBs. The 5 stack here for West Virginia, that spur safety, who's Mike Lorello, acts more like an outside linebacker than a strong safety.
And he's tough enough to hold it in. But I'm going to go with Ernest Hunter on this, because the big boy in the middle has been a difference maker. Your 3 guys down have got to be studs.
3rd and 5. Maryland down by 4. Hollenbach to run. Hollenbach ahead, and he's stopped. Mike Lorello, I think, stopped him shy of the first down.
Well, he had Lance Ball in there who should have bought a ticket because he became a spectator. I mean, you're watching your quarterback run. If he had to go out and hit a guy in a blue and gold uniform in the tuba in the band, I'd go hit him. But, you know, Maryland has too many bystanders, and the Mountaineers are getting after people. I mean, you got guys standing, they're going back to the huddle, and your quarterback's running for his life.
Field goal coming up now for Dan Ennis. This one will be a 35-yarder. He hit a 33-yarder in the first half. Here's the kick. It is long enough, and it is good. Dan Ennis continues to be perfect in his college kicking career. Never played football before he got here to Maryland, and the Terrapins find themselves just 1 point back. Back after this word from your local ACC station. Our Chick-fil-A nugget of the game. ACC leading tacklers. DeQuell Jackson comes in averaging 17. This is tackles per game over the first 2. 17, 16 last week against Clemson. 18 the first week of the season against Navy. There's DeQuell Jackson getting a breather. There's the kickoff by Maryland. And it's taken by Lewis at the goal line. He is upended by Maryland's number 2, Kevin Barnes. Hungry for a big win? Enter at millionsnuggets.com for a chance to win one of over 15,000 Chick-fil-A small nugget trays and a chance of one of 13 grand prize trips to the 2005 ACC Championship game, where you'll compete for a chance to throw for $1 million. First 300,000 to register. There are your odds. Get a coupon for a free Dr. Pepper. Register at millionsnuggets.com before October 29. First and 10 at the 20 for West Virginia. After giving up the field goal, 7-6. Mountaineers in the lead. Play action, Bednarik to throw. Navy hit in the backfield twice. Gets out of the jam. Wilson will try to bring him down, but Bednarik gets 7 yards on the play. Trey Covington has to flatten him. He was hit 3 times behind the line of scrimmage, and he's hurt.
Gotta love it. He's shaking up, man, but I love watching this kid play the game. Maryland had the number game working to its advantage. They had everybody where they were supposed to be. Coach Blakely would be thrilled to watch this on film. And then what takes over is this guy's competitive nature. He just defies the odds and puts his team on his back.
You know, when Rich Rodriguez looked at these 2 quarterbacks, meaning Chuck Bednarik, Adam Bednarik, and you watch the end of the play to see where he really got his bell rung. Might have been hurt by his own player that time.
So Dre Moore at the end.
But Rich Rodriguez thought that he had a running quarterback in Pat White and a guy who was in a stand-in passer in Adam Bednarik. And Adam Bednarik, through the first 2.5 ball games now, has proven that he can run with the football.
And one thing that you can't coach a guy up for is how competitive is he. I mean, he either is or he isn't. And one thing about it, when you see Adam Bednarik in a ball game, he's going to fight you till the bitter end. There was nothing there. This play was stopped after the snap. He turned it into something. And then, yeah, you're right. His own guy knocks him out, and then he gets KO'd.
It kind of knocked into Jeremy Sheffy.
And so Sheffy, when you get hit by your own guy, first of all, you're not anticipating it. You, with your peripheral vision, you see color. You see your own color, so you don't tense up. And then this guy knocks you out.
All right, Pat White comes right in, and the West Virginia offense doesn't seem to miss a beat. They're 2nd down and 3. White came in here as the leading rusher for the Mountaineers.